Oh, come on now. That's all she wrote. Holy crap. The piston is terribly scored. Oh, hold on, let me get that in. Wow. Let me turn on my brightness because I can't see a thing. Actually, I can't do that right now. Can you see what I see? I don't think you can. I can't see. Okay, you can see it. There's the piston. It looks pretty bad. It didn't look like that before. And don't worry, I have better weed eaters. Well, actually, it's not better because it's 4-stroke, but you know, it runs, and it has stayed running for the whole time I've owned it, which is 9 months, so cool. Alright, it's not going to run again. Here's why. At first I thought if I pulled on it enough, maybe it would start again. It's just tired, but nope. I don't know. I actually don't know how this happened because the engine never seized. It never locked up. Nothing locked up. But then I popped the back of it off. That got pretty hot. And I look in the current in there. This is now a club note or a musical note of some sorts. As you can tell, I learned a lot in music class. Yeah. That is now music. That is now a musical connecting rod. That used to be, well, straight shaped. Like, I know for a fact you probably know what it used to look like. Yeah. It still does its uppy and downy, but stupid. There. Wow. Can't believe that happened. Look at that. It's so bent. Like, it looks like it spun a bearing, but it didn't spin a bearing because it would have made catastrophic failure. It came real close to throwing a rod, and if it did, it would have popped a hole out right here. Probably the world's first weed eater engine in history to throw a rod, and it would have been on my channel. My channel! But it wasn't. But it was still cool. So I got all the cylinder bolts out, so you think you should just be able to pull the cylinder, but this plastic piece is in the way, but you can't just take the plastic piece off because this clutch is in the way. You know what they could have done? They could have just made this hole, instead of being the exact size of the crankshaft, as big around as this clutch. Centrifugal clutch, so you could just pull it off, but no, you have to have a special, very long special Torx to take the clutch off, which of course I don't possess that stuff. I mean, I got those, but those aren't. I mean, it's so small. Literally, the shank, or what do you call this part, doesn't fit in the hole. So, I got the size, just not the skinny. That sounded terrible what I just said. And there's a wasp. I have a theory. My theory is that the engine got so hot because I made it get hot. This dinky little aluminum connecting rod decided to get all soft and melty, and it bent. That's my only guess, because this moves freely. I mean, it sounds rough. That's mostly just because it's rubbing on everything. And yes, there is grit in here. When I was using that running weed eater to shoot grit inside the intake, I didn't think it sucked so much in, but it sucked in a lot. Alright, so I have progressed a little bit because I was on video call with my best friend, which you saw in the last video. Okay guys, I'm going to have to stop here because I'm at 8% of battery. And this is all pretty much to see here. So here's what actually happened. It spun a bearing. That's what it did. It has spun a bearing. That's why this happened. As you can see, the bearing race is falling out. And yes, I did cut myself. I'm bad with a hammer. Yeah, this bearing race is falling out. It's rubbed on everything. Look at this. This is bad. Focus. Bye, guys, and see you next time. One more discovery I made. The wrist pin is literally loose inside the piston. So, yeah.